Welcome welcome to East Midlands Airport on Wednesday the 7th of May at 3:05 in the afternoon. We have got an arrival at 3:30. It's at Atlas Air from Miami. The flight number is 5Y8272. And it's a Boeing 747-47 UF freighter. Its flight time is of 7 hours. It's due in now at 15:30. And the next departure is a VizJet. And his flight number is 85224. And it's an Embraer Phantom 300 going down to London. And the next departure after that is Catalonia Jet 2 Holidays. Flight number is LS647. It's a Boeing 737-800N. And its estimated departure from departures is at 15:20. I'll say welcome again to East Midlands Airport. There is an arrival of the Cessna 152. It's now just coming in to East Midlands. It's just now touching down on the runway. As you can see now. And as you can see, the airport's groundspeople have been cutting the grass down the side of the runway. And that VizJet is now making his way up to runway 9, there's 0 left, for his departure down to London. And it's an Embraer Phantom 300. And its registration is D Cash. Sorry about the lorries that's going in the way. The Embraer Phantom is now making his way to the runway, as he's also getting his clearance for takeoff. as he runs down towards the DHL. There's his 767 to the side of him, and there's two more DHLs over by DHL, and that Embraer Phantom 300 is now just turning towards the runway as he's taxiing. There is a aircraft coming towards the 9 left. It's now just approaching, and it's the police aircraft. As you will see, he's now coming into land in front of the Embraer. There he is. He's now running down, as he's running down towards his taxi off I'm going to turn to that Embraer Phantom. He's now just turning on to the runway. And this little Embraer Phantom 300 is making his way down to London. It's a fizz jet, and that police aeroplane has just now made his way off the runway and now taxiing his way off for this fizz jet to take off. Goes down because he's only going down to London. And there he goes. Like I said, he's gone up like a rocket. As he's making his way now, as he climbs up. The next arrival to arrive now at 3:30 is the Atlas Air from Miami. It's a Boeing 747-400. And there goes that Embraer. He's now just turning south for London. And there he goes. There he goes, and I'm going to come back to the airfield now. Now in Freya's got a flight time of 40 minutes down to London. The next departure, as he's just leaving departures now, is the Eastern Airways. He's in ATR 72600, and he's on his way down to Bristol Airport. As you can see now, the Jet2 Holidays plane is now pushing back from departures, and that's Eastern Airways is making his way up for front departures to the runway. We have got arrivals coming in 4 minutes from Zakynthos, and that's a Jet2 Holidays. And then we'll have the arrival of the Alatus Air from Miami. As Eastern Air makes his way up to the runway, that's the 72600. Then taxi himself onto the runway now. And there he goes. The Jet2 to Catalonia is now just making his way out of departures. As I'm just looking at this Eastern as he's making his climb out for Bristol. He's now turning. I'm going to come off this Eastern Air and come down for this Jet2 Holidays that's on his way up. We have got the arrivals of Jet2 Holidays from Zakynthos. I'm going to turn the tripod around as this Jet 2 to Catalonia is making his way. And this is the arrival of Jet 2 Holidays from Zakynthos as he's making his way into East Midlands. The Zakynthos is now down. I'm going for the other Jet 2 for the Holidays is now making his way for departure to Catalonia in the Greek islands. We have got the arrival coming in. I don't know if the Catalonia is going to go first or we wait for this arrival. It looks like it's at Atlas Air, the 747-400 from Miami. Is it though? No, it's not. Who's he? Ah, there's the 74. As I can see, there's a 747 out. This is a light aircraft coming in. It looks like it's a private jet coming in. There it comes. I don't know if they're going to get this Jet 2 out or they're going to wait for this 747 Atlas Air to come in. It's now turning on to finals. I think the Jet 2 Holidays is waiting for this Atlas Air to arrive. I will turn you back around as he's making his way in. That jet is going to go. I will turn around for this jet too, as he looks like he's going out. And I think he's going to do a turn and burn as this Atlas Air is coming in. Is just right behind me, just as the jet to Holidays Boeing 737-800 makes his way out to Catalonia. I'm going to turn myself back around because this 747 is just approaching. This is Atlas Air from Miami. The Queen of the Skies, a lovely aircraft. And here she comes. And here comes Atlas Air from Miami. And she touches down after 7 hours flight. We have got a DHL is coming in to the Midlands. It's a Boeing 777 freighter. He's coming in from Dubai. He'll have a flight hours of 7 hours and 2 minutes. And it's just 4 minutes away from the airport. And there's that Atlas there. It's then making his way up as he taxis his way up. There is a second 747 due in today. He's coming up from Spain. And that's One Air. estimated arrival is at 16:35. I have got Blue Islands on his way up to departure. I'll return to the Blue Island, and that's 80 or 72,500. It's a bit smaller, and Eastern Airways that took off earlier on. And he's off back to Jersey, and the flight number is SI 553, and his flight time is 1 hour 5 minutes. And then we got Jet2 Holidays making its way up behind this Blue Islands aircraft, and it's off to Antalya in Turkey, and its flight number is LS 653, and that's a Boeing 737-8NG. We have got a flight arrival coming in. It's the 777 freighter of DHL, and its flight number is DO517, and its flight time of 7 hours 3 minutes, and he's just making his way in now. But before that, I think this Antalya flight of Jet2 down to Turkey, and as you can also see as well, the Atlas Air is making his way up to DHL, but the Antalya flight looks like it's turning and burning before DHL 777 the 777 freighter comes in. And here goes that Jet2 Holidays 8 to Antalya. And there goes that the Boeing 737-800 MG as it's on his way to Antalya in Turkey. As that flight goes up, I'm going to turn around now because we've got that 777 right behind me. Here comes this 777 from Dubai of a flight time of 7 hours 3 minutes. And that Atlas Air is now just approaching DHL. And here comes this 777 now. As it passes the Atlas Air. Atlas Air is now just turning on. I'll go back to the Atlas there, as well as the Blue Island, but Atlas there I wouldn't zoom in a bit more. There you go, with Blue Island. Look how big it is to that Blue Island. Now Blue Island is now on the runway, ready for its takeoff down to Jersey. I will come back to that Atlas there in a minute as it makes its way towards DHL. As already the fuel truck and the people at DHL is ready to offload the Atlas at DHL. And then that 777 is now making his way up towards DHL, and this Blue Island is now just getting his clearance for takeoff. And here he goes. Blue Island might go up like a rocket again, like it did the other day. There she goes. But I'm going to turn back round for this Atlas there. It's now making its way into DHL. It's now just turning in, because it's parking right up on the end of DHL. So we should have a nice view of the Atlas being unloaded as he's parked up now. There's a refuelling truck here, and there's a second refuelling truck now coming up, as there is a 777 making his way up. And then we just got a caravan that's on his approach. But I'm concentrating on this Boeing 737. Oh, it's another police plane coming in to East Midlands Airport. As you can see now, there's two refuelling trucks up for this Boeing 747-400 freighter. I don't know if it's both for this aircraft, or is it for the 777 that's making its way up. But there is a TUI flight off to Agada. That's a Boeing 737 MAX 8. It's a 6-year-old aircraft. The registration is GTUMD. she's just been pushed back out of them two refueling trucks is now gone to this Atlas there. So one each side of the Atlas there is going to be, as they refuel it. And then this 777 DHL is now making its way across into DHL. I'll put you across onto that DHL 777 as he's making his way in. And he's going up on the first stand as he's came in. And he'd be unloaded on the end there. I will come back to Atlas Air in a second, but I will turn the camera as we got the TUI now making his way up from departures. This is the 6-year-old aircraft that's going off to Agada, the Boeing 737 MAX 8. It's now turning onto the runway. Looks like he might be turning and burning. Yeah, it looks like a turn and burn for this TUI flight to Agada, as it's now on his way for takeoff. Back to that Atlas Air in a moment, as the refueling trucks now started refueling Atlas Air, and all the freighters, all the workers now come with the scissor lift to both sides of the aircraft. They haven't opened up the door as yet. But I will let you know when them doors are open, because I will come back to that Atlas there. And more on TUI as she's making a climb out of East Midlands, then as she's turning south to go to Regatta. TUI's now up in the clouds. Now I'm just going round to the Atlas there. As now there is four refueling trucks approaching this Atlas there, and now the stairs are now being brought towards the aircraft. That fourth refueling truck is now turning around to go under the wing. The one air from Madrid, it is delayed. It's now got the flight arrival is 16:37. It's now it was 16:30. It's now 16:37. His flight arrival. But in the meantime, we've got three arrivals. The Ryanair from Tenerife, FR 3153, that's a Boeing 737 MAX 8 200. We also got a TUI, that's from Paphos, BY 7319, Boeing 737 MAX 8. And we also got a Malta Air from Murcia. The flight number is FR 417. Sorry about that. I should say FR 471. That's Boeing 737 MAX 8 200. And that arrives at 4:30. That's Malta. The TUI flight arrives after Malta at 16:42. The Ryanair from Tenerife arrives at 16:12. As we're still looking over at this Atlas Air, the stairs has now been put to the aircraft. There is 4 tankers over at the aircraft. I think they're all 4 are refueling the aircraft. And now the toilet lorry is now approaching the aircraft. There's the scissor lift is now moved around to the right hand of the aircraft. He's at the back door, as you will see him on the back. He's now there. And the other scissor lift now on the left hand side of the aircraft. They've just opened up the back door on the left hand side of the aircraft. As you can see, and my last departure of the day today will be the 16:55, the Alicante flight, the FR 4818 as a Boeing 76. Sorry about that. I mean Boeing 737-8 Max 200. That's going down to Alicante. We've got Rhodes 737-800 Jet 2, and that's a departure estimated at 10 to 5, and the Alicante flight's estimated at 16:55. They've been my 2 last departures of the day. And my arrivals will be the One Air from Madrid, the Ryanair from Tenerife, Paphos, and Mercia, the TUI and the Air Malta. They'll be the last ones I will film today. So it's a short one today. My next show will be on Tuesday the 13th of May. Hopefully I'll be up here for a little bit longer on Tuesday the 13th. I hope you enjoyed this show, as we've got the Queen of the Sky in over by DHL. We've got the second one due in shortly. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I have. We'll keep going until the last flight comes in. Soon. As you can see now, the scissor lift on the back is now lifted into the aircraft. As they now start to unload it. There is a Cessna just coming in on a short final. Well, I'm going to keep on this Atlas Air as they are unloading it. Now they are bringing off the freight now off the back of the aircraft, as you can see on the scissor lift. We have got a arrival. He's now in the right coming in. It's the Tenerife flight FR 3153. Is now the Boeing 737 MAX 8-200 from Tenerife. I will take you off this Atlas Air for this Ryanair flight that's coming in. As that Ryanair now makes its way to arrivals. We've got the Mercian air motor flight. He's now due in at 16:35, and then the Paphos 5 minutes after at 16:40. And then after that we'll have the jet to Rhodes, and then the Alicante flight, and then the last two departures and arrivals for today. As that Ryanair now makes his way in. Now we got that Cessna 152 again. He's just making his way back in. He had a go around. He's now back to make it for a second time. Is now down for this time. Oh. Oh, he's come back up again. I think he's doing a stop and go. Oh, we have got a fish jet making his way up. It's just, no. That's a Gulfstream G550. His transponder's not on. I don't know where he's going. I'm sorry to say. He's not saying where he's off to. He says NA. Don't know its registration. It just says aircraft type Gulfstream G550. And it's GLF5. and its registration on it is GLSCV. What a beauty it is. And it's gone up like a light. Back in now, back onto the airfield, as that plane is now up in above the clouds. Wow, there's some good news. There's the One Air Boeing 747-400. He's now over Leicester at the moment, making his way up towards the airfield. He's due in now at due in at let you know in a second. One is now due in at 16:41 as he makes his way up from Madrid. He's over Leicester at the moment. There is a flight that's due to come in before that. It's Air Malta from Murcia. That's due in at 16:35. It's 8 minutes away. It's just coming up over Coville. As it's making its way to come onto his finals. Behind that one there is the Paphos flight. And he's just coming up to, the Paphos flight is now coming up to Northampton. But as this one is, comes in, then it'll just be the last two planes to come out of the departures, and that'll be me for today. I will be back at East Midlands Airport now on the 13th of May. And I hope you enjoyed this video today, what I've done for you all. As I zoom down into the departures, the Atlas there is now, it's on my right to me. It's due for departures now at 6:15. His flight number is 5Y8272. He's going down to Hong Kong at 6:15. But that was a scheduled one. But we also got the other Atlas it's on it's scheduled for Seoul, and he's scheduled to take off at estimated 7 o'clock, and that's 5Y9795. And that's the Boeing 747-400. I think that's the one that's on my right hand side. I think the one that was due to go to Hong Kong hasn't left anchorage at the moment. But the one that's in now in DHL, I think that's the one that's going to Seoul at 7 o'clock this evening from East Midlands. Malta from Mercia is now just turned on to finals. I'm going to turn round for its arrival, as of now I can see it coming behind me. Oh, there it is. This motor's coming in from Mercia. And the flight that would be coming right behind him is the 747-400 from Madrid. He should be turning on finals shortly, as he's now just over Leicester. And then we'll have the Paphos flight in then next. And then it would be the two of the departures. Here comes that Malta now. Once this Malta's down, I will turn around for this one. I can now see him in the distance coming up for his turn in for his arrival. The next one is in to be in next is the One Air up from Madrid. He's now coming in now. I can see him. He's coming up for the IRS so he can turn on for his 3-mile final. I will turn around so we can see him. There's the One Air as he's making his turn. And the flight that will be coming in behind this One Air is the Paphos flight. It's the TUI flight from Paphos. And there's the Queen of the Skies. Now she's then the IRS. It's now turning onto finals. As she's turning, now she's just turning to as she straightens up for 09. What a lovely aircraft she is. What a beaut of an aircraft. This aircraft is about she's 33 years old. She is an ex-Virgin Atlantic Airlines plane. What One Air bought. They have got one other aircraft, One Air. I haven't seen that one yet, so I can't tell you much about that. But this one is an ex-Virgin Atlantic plane, as it's making his way towards us. And the TUI flight is now coming in onto the IRS. He's coming in behind him as he's making his descent into East Midlands. As you will see, as this 747 One Air, as you can see now, the TUI flight is now behind him. But I love this 747. I only seen it once in the Virgin Atlantic livery down at Heathrow. But I haven't seen it up at East Midlands until today. As she's making its way in as One Air's freighter. And here she comes. What a beautiful aircraft this is. That means we've got two Queen of the Skies actually on the ground at East Midlands today. And there's one what a beautiful plane that is. And that's just come up from Madrid. The TUI aircraft is now behind me. We have got the Jet 2 holidays. It's off to Rhodes on the one of the Greek islands. But before that Jet 2 holidays do take off, I think the Paphos to it's doing with TUI will land first, and then the Rhodes, Jet 2 Rhodes will take off shortly after that. I will turn round for this TUI. TUI is going around. It's got wind shear as it came into land. So it looks like that Jet 2 holidays will be going out first. That's that one it's in at the bottom. It's in the bottom now. It's actually going towards its hangar, or where it unloads. But that TUI flight from Paphos, it's actually a go-around because of the wind shear. Just as it come into towards runway 9 was a bit too much for the aircraft. So he's out to now to go around. I will put you back onto this Jet 2 holidays to Rhodes. I'm wondering because of the wind shear here, and it's going to go over for us, I guess. Jet 2 holidays is now on the runway. The TUI is now on his go-around. think they're going to have one more attempt as it comes in. If they don't have this attempt again at this as it's landing, I think it would be diverted to another airport. But here goes Jet 2 Holidays, then to Rhodes, one of the Greek islands. As that TUI flight is now making his way round the back over Derby at the moment, he will come back on the IRS for him to come back in for the second time. I can see him now as he's coming round. He'll be here in a few minutes' time for his second attempt of flight. The Jet 2 has just gone out now. He's just dipped his wing a bit as he went up. But that's down to wing shear at the airport, because there's cross wings at the moment, and that one there is now parked down at the bottom of the airfield. I'll put you back onto the airfield now as we await for the Ryanair and the TUI. But as the TUI is making his way back round now, he's just out behind me at the moment. He's just flew south of Derby. He's going out towards that wall. There is crosswind here as this light aircraft is now coming in. He is swaying a little bit, but he's still making his way in onto the airfield. As now the two flights at the go-around is now making his way back onto the IRS. I can now see him now. He's just coming round over the top of Burton-on-Trent. Once he starts to turn back towards the airfield, I will turn the camera about. They turned onto the final gate for the second time. And here he comes. I hope this time it touched down after this go around. And here comes that two he went around on the go around. He's now coming back in again. Got it a bit better this time round. Let's put a bit of power on. And it's down. As I can see now across the departures, the Ryanair to Alicante has now been pushed back. He is running a bit late as his departure was estimated at 16:50. Oh no, 16:55. This will be my last departure of the day. As that too is making his way up from the bottom of the airfield. And as you can see, that one there is now parked up at the bottom of the airfield. And here comes that TUI. Here comes that Ryanair now down to Alicante, as that too is making his way in to arrivals. The Ryanair is now making his way in. We got an arrival from Jersey. It's a Beechcraft Air 360. Registration is M-Spec. It's Specsavers Aviation. He's due, I can see him there in the distance. He's actually due to land now at 17:02. Once this departure and arrival come, that'll be my last of the day. I hope you really enjoyed this show, as I enjoyed it myself today. I hope you will all enjoy it, as I will be back on Tuesday, the 13th of May. As Ryanair's making his way up for his departure, we've got the Beechcraft 360 now coming in behind. I think the Ryanair might wait for this Beechcraft because he's actually in behind me. So I'm going to turn around for this Beechcraft. There he is. Here comes Specsavers Aviation from Guernsey. Once this Specsavers Aviation's landed, I will turn back onto the Alicante flight, and then that'll be the end of the video for today. And now I'm turning back around for that Ryanair to Alicante. This is the last flight and departure for me today. Thank you very much for watching. Been grateful for this show from East Midlands. I'll be back on Tuesday. I'm hoping to have more fun. Oh, we've got another rifle coming in. That's a Ryanair from Belfast. And the flight number is RK9605 from Belfast. It's a Ryanair. And then I will leave you then with this Alicante flight then for the end of the show.